just see how it looks like, and then you guys can repeat. So gently in the vertical, we don't want to pull hard because then we get a wing. Keep it on the tail, keep it on the tail, rudder and elevator input, and then roll over.
Yeah.
As you saw, there was a bit of a tail slide.
Okay. Try that then.
Yep.
Well, in my case, it just wants to flip over to the left.
So that's exactly what I was saying. Don't pull hard, pull it progressively,
Yeah.
and then use the ground as the reference. Yeah, Chatty, you're doing brilliantly.
I'm doing a tail slip.
Yeah, tail slide. That's perfect. Do you feel how stable it is?
Yep.
And also how controllable it is? Yeah, Draco, would you like to repeat?
Yep, sure, give it a try. What throttle do you have it on? 100% did say, yeah?
All the time. All the
Yep.
time.
Okay. Go up slowly.
And then hold it there.
Yep.
And there is your tail slide. Well done. And also recognize how quickly it recovers.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very simple.
Yep. Kind of the two key points is the amount of control you do have, and the second is that, as you just said, if you pull hard, you get a wing drop. Chatty,
Yeah.
maybe something good for you to do as well. Try to pull it more aggressively and notice that you start getting wing drop.
Okay.
Because you have done it perfectly well. It's kind of, the wing drop is more aggressive than in the 110. Draco on your 6.
Oh yeah,
plus.
wing drop. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Yeah. So Duck can do extremely well, but you need to be mindful of the wing drop. Kind of the best is obviously to keep it just on the edge before the wing drop. Right, guys, can you formate with me?
Yep.
Yep. Find you.
You're 6. You're 6. You're 5. You're 4. Quals. You're 3.
I got somebody there.
Yep, that's me. Cool.
Yep.
And Chatty.
I'm behind two of you.
Yep, that's
I got-
fine, yeah.
I got a smoker and a non-smoker.
Yep. I'm the smoker one.
Roger.
Right.
Yeah,
The other demonstration is the snap roll. The Duck has a bit more aggressive snap roll than the 110, and if you don't catch it, it develops into a second roll that is unwanted, so to say.
Yeah.
But it is very nimble and agile in the snap roll. So I'll demonstrate it first. You guys know how to snap roll.
Show us and we'll see.
Okay, so snap roll requires very fast deflection, so it literally is going to the maximum on all of your controls. You pull up, and then you left aileron, left rudder, or right aileron, right rudder together. All three together in one very fast movement. This is the result. Let me know.
Oh, yeah.
And then you catch it with an opposite rudder.
Okay.
I'll do this to the right. 1 second. So one more demonstration. Did you notice an extra half a turn? That was the catching it too late.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
There we go. But notice the second rotation? That's because you caught it too late.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, Daniel.
Chassis, that's a wrong way.
That's
You need
wrong.
to pull up. You need to pull up.
So what? Full rudder.
Full
Yep.
rudder, full aileron, and full elevator. Elevator to pull up rather than to push. So pull the elevator.
My plane must be set up weird. That's
So pull up, left aileron, and left rudder. All three in one movement, fast movement. There we go. That's a snap roll. And the second turn is unwanted, so
Yep.
you need to catch it with opposite rudder faster.
Okay. Just pull back up again. Yeah.
Somebody has gear down.
Oh, that'd be me. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Catch it? Good. Perfect.
Roger.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So how does that feel?
it's fine. I wasn't climbing. That was definitely the thing I was doing wrong.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to climb. You can do this at any point as long as... It's effectively snap roll is beginning of a spin that you immediately catch. So you get the wing drop, you let the wing drop develop, and then you arrest it with the opposite rudder.
But what's the purpose of it though?
So, just to give you an example, I'll demonstrate. Imagine that we are in a scissors. So, in the scissors with a guy, he is opposite of me in these scissors. So, we are proceeding, we're pulling and rolling. At the top of the scissors, I can kick in the rudder, snap roll, and now I am rolled in the opposite direction where I can catch him to intercept.
Okay.
The other, for example, you remember when you were going for me at the top?
Yep.
So I was pulling it into your wing, I was pulling up, you went underneath me, and then I snap rolled to the right to roll over quickly and get a shot on you. In general, the purpose of a snap roll is to compensate for the duck's pretty poor roll rate. So at any time that you need to roll, you can consider a snap roll if you are going at slow speeds. At higher speeds, because you're not in the stall condition, you would not be able to snap roll, because you need to have one wing stalled. It is basically spin entry. It doesn't mean that you have to be at a stall speed. Accelerated stall exists, but if you're going too fast, you lock up and you will not have the control authority to stall one of the wings. Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Cool. So, kind of a combination of these is that we can, while it's not a snap roll, we can still assist our roll with the rudder. Are both of you guys with me?
I'm on your 6.
Yeah, I'm on your 6 as well.
Alright.
Yep.
I just shot the flag. Yep.
Yeah.
Just to demonstrate. So, for example, if we have a 6, the very first response for any 6 is not to pull up, but it is to push the nose down, maximum deflection, and left rudder, left aileron, or right rudder, right aileron. So just to demonstrate how this looks like. And then we pull into the horizontal turn right after we rolled 90 degrees up. That's if you imagine if you have a 6 coming in, instead of providing them a lot of surface area to hit, you're providing them with a paper-thin profile of the aircraft because you kicked the nose down. And then, since you're rolling, you're now able to roll out of their plane of the wing and pull into their wing instead of pulling into their elevator authority. In the defensive maneuvers, your goal is to pull into the rudder direction of the enemy. So just imagine if you want to follow me through, if I'm right now going to the right, you have to roll. I see that you're rolling, so I can roll myself, and I can, again, keep pulling into your wing. You have to continue, you then have to continue rolling, and then I can continue rolling and pulling. So in effect, we are developing scissors. Let me gain a bit of altitude now, I'll do it again. And Chatty can follow me through with that. But kind of the idea behind this is that the aircraft rudder does not give you full authority of rotation. If you want to rotate more than a few degrees that the rudder gives you, you need to roll. So one more time. Roll, pull, roll. And as you can see, well, Chatty decided not to follow me through, but right now we're developing these scissors. And then at the top, I can snap roll and come in on him if he was faster. There we go. Nice snap roll there, by the way. Now, what I demonstrated is kind of a reflex response. So Chatty, actually aim your guns at, and do not fire, but I just want to demonstrate the difference. So this is how most people respond. They pull up and they climb. Repeat?
Yeah.
No, Draco was saying something.
Alright.
No, sorry, just you guys were getting a little close.
No,
We're fine.
And
Right.
opposite to that, if you have a 6 and you push down and do the full deflections, this is how it looks like. I'm hoping it's visibly more difficult to hit.
Yep, definitely.
Now, if you have a 6 that you have noticed from further away, the best thing to do is to set up a slow horizontal turn, and then when the enemy comes in, our goal is to force him for a deflection shot. So you don't want him to lag behind you, you don't want him to stay on your 6, you want him to cut the corner to you to get the hits in. So if you see that he's kind of lagging behind, we can turn a bit tighter, inviting him to cut the corner and get the shots in. Then you can watch his profile, because in this turn you can see the enemy and you can see his front when he's going to be pulling in to get a shot. As he does that, we do similar maneuver to defense, a defensive 6, but we want to change our roll to the opposite side. So what I will do now soon is nose down, right aileron, right rudder, until I roll to the horizontal turn to the other side, and then I'll pull into the other direction. So doing it now. And then we pull in to the other horizontal turn. It's kind of, we're ducking under the crosshair of the enemy. And then if he follows us, we can repeat that. And if he follows us again, we can repeat that. And then as he overshoots us, we come in a bit higher, and then snap, and we get the shot on him. Make sense?
Yep.
The goal here is one, to get the enemy, to force the enemy to go for the deflection, because then he has to pull up and we hide under his nose.
Oh,
when
shit.
when he pulls up, we recognize that he has pulled up because of the profile change of his aircraft. And at that point, when we duck the nose down and change the roll to the other direction, we are effectively avoiding his solution completely. And he either overshoots, at which case we can repeat that maneuver to come in on his 6 to get a few shots in, or he follows us, at which case we can either develop into scissors, as in, if you remember, by pulling into his wing, or we can develop it, we can repeat the maneuver of ducking underneath if he's too far, so he was able to reset up his approach. And then again, it's kind of A, he overshoots, we then come in on his 6, B, he develops it into scissors, and then we cut the scissors with the snap roll. And the gun, the 103, has very good trajectory, so its effective range is up around a kilometer, if not more.
Okay. Do you need to aim quite high for that though? Or is it kind of fast?
It's fast. Try hitting me, basically take me down. It's machine guns. MK103 is joined with machine guns. Don't fire the 20s, they have very different trajectory. So just the machine guns. Yep. Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Wing down.
Okay, so yeah, it's pretty fast.
Yep. So what are your thoughts, guys?
Yep, that's cool. Thank you very much.
If I can suggest, there is a server called IL2 Hs129. It's Marker's own server, but it's pretty handy to practice kind of different aircraft there. Let me just quickly check what that thing is online. Actually, there's a replacement for that server called Cry Havoc. Would you mind joining there?
Yep, sure.
Cool. Oh, and have you guys seen by any chance any of my videos for the 129?
No.
No.
Right. Would you mind if I link it?
Yep, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I PM'd you both.
Okay, 2 secs.
Right. Joined the server.
Sorry, what was the server again?
The Cry Havoc. It
Alright,
has 13, 14 players now.
Alright, yeah, sure.
Yeah, there is the ground start.
Gotcha. Yeah.
It's markers on server with a minimap, so you will not be surprised by the 6.
Okay.
When you start on the ground, make sure to open your canopy and wait for the headrest to lean back.
Okay. Interesting. Right. Okay, where are we going from?
The step now.
Oh yeah, step by. Yeah, got it down there. B2.
And in the dark, it is very important to gain altitude because for all of your defensive maneuvers, you're trading the altitude. I see.
Thank you.
But yeah, for all defensive maneuvers that you perform, you trade altitude for the defensive. So
Okay.
you have to have altitude. And if you remember when I was demonstrating that brake turn, we kept on dropping the wing when we were pulling in the other direction. It's best actually to fly with a bit of a nose down attitude, because then you're regaining the speed as you do in defensives. Not too hard of a nose down, but maybe like 5 degrees average.
Okay.
Just keeps your speed up. Yeah, open the canopy and notice the lean back headrest.
Oh yeah.
Yep, full throttle, minus 50% pitch turn.
Oh, I can see.
Yep, it's very good visibility.
Yeah.
It's 5 minutes left on this map, unfortunately, but
Okay.
should be enough to do something. Once the duck takes off, just give it some time to gain 250 kph. After that, it becomes really nimble. And no flaps for takeoff.
Very rarely use the flaps.
Yep. Actually, during the combat, if you need extra 10 to 20 degrees deflection, dropping the flaps to 100% works. But just keep in mind that they are fairly draggy, so if the enemy decides to relax his turn to any extent, just retract them up. 045 heading for the enemies.
Jump.
Bye.
This server is quite good because quite a lot of the players are actually fairly decent, skill level wise, while at the same time the maps are fairly small and you have the markers and minimap, so it really allows you to practice the dogfight aspect of the game, because again, you are not surprised, you don't have to keep a lookout for. You have the distance marker to tell the energy difference between you and the enemy. If I'm flying with the duck as an interceptor, I tend to go for between 4 and 6k altitude.
Okay. Wow, that's high.
Yeah.
As I said, it's your altitude is your life in the duck, and also the duck has 680 kph duck speed. It's very similar to the 109. Yeah, in the video where I linked, it's 8 kills sorting in the duck that I've recorded. So what do you guys normally fly? Ground attack or?
Yeah, ground attack.
Yeah, ground attack or
100%.
bombers. Yeah.
In that case, what I'm showing you may not be that useful.
No, because it's all transferable, and we don't
Yeah.
fly the duck very much, and we should really fly it more.
Yeah. Our strafing's
Transferable.
getting better. Used to be really
You
bad.
You guys are incredible with the bombs, honestly.
Yeah, that took a while to get. A lot of practice, and then it's like, oh, once you got it, it's alright. Bit of a dogfight going on down there,
Yep.
isn't there?
Yep, let's go say hi.
Yeah.
Remember that if you need to roll faster, assist it with the rudder.
Yeah.
And if you're getting a wing drop, be mindful and know that you can recover.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay high. Later, you
Yeah, I'm
guys.
just trying to see, look for some red.
There are plenty of reds.
Oh yeah, there's reds there.
If you press M, you get minimap. The duck locks up with the dive, so dive with 0% throttle,
Roger.
and you can use pitch trim to still pull out as you want. It's
So
just
dive. What? Sorry, dive with the what throttle?
0%.
Ah, yeah. So I thought you said. Yeah, I had to double check. Okay.
But again, it starts locking up at like 450, 500. So if you are not, this dive isn't steep enough to really lock up,
Yeah.
you should be fine with normal throttle.
Okay, I'm going in for the smoking lag. No, I'm not. He's dead. Going for the MiG.
The MiG, yep.
Yep. Likewise.
Not going to catch him though, I don't think. Got somebody coming reciprocal. Tempest.
Tempest.
Got the Tempest. Well, hit him
Very
anyway.
nice.
Huh. He's bailed out.
That's,
Damn it.
The mission is about to end.
Oh.
Alright, gents, I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's up to you whether you want to continue here or go back to the wall. I'll join you after.
I'm going to call it quits because it's quarter to 11 here, so I need to go to
Quarter
bed.
to 11 here.
But
Yeah.
thank you very
Right.
much. It's really appreciated.
Yeah. It's good
Cool,
actually.
well,
Yeah.
More people flying the duck is better.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll see you guys around.
All right.
See you
Thanks for your
later.
time.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
I didn't realise that was the time. Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to chop to KG1 discreet.
Yeah. I'm just coming out of this anyway.